Beautiful people, check out this news clip and let's have a conversation, okay? Check this out. Fair use, and I return with commentary.
The family of a Gwinnett County woman sentenced to 140 years in prison is outraged tonight. They say prosecutors are making an example of 18-year-old Damia Mitchell, who was convicted of manslaughter last week.
But the family of the 20-year-old woman who was shot and killed on Valentine's Day last year has a different perspective. Fox 5's Portia Bruner joins us from the live desk with more. Portia?
Yeah, Faith Burns grew up in Grayson, playing soccer and hanging out with her friends. Her father told me this afternoon she was at her girlfriend's home in Decula on Valentine's Day of 2021 when the girlfriend's ex-girlfriend showed up with a bunch of friends who opened fire that day. Now, Faith died on Valentine's Day, 2021, at the hospital. 5 women were ultimately charged, teenagers, in fact, just young women. Damia Mitchell chose to go to trial for felony murder. Last week, the jury convicted her of manslaughter, not felony murder, but manslaughter, aggravated assault, and street gang activity. Now, her family was stunned when she was sentenced to 140 years in prison last Wednesday, even though she was a first-time offender. They held a protest outside the Gwinnett County Courthouse today, demanding a new trial with a new judge and a different look at the evidence in the case. But Faith's father told me it's really hard to empathize with those demands given his family's loss.
You chose the wrong person to make an example out of when she doesn't have no prior history of anything. She has not been in and out of your court system, so we're just confused on how she get 140 years.
And she's not in no game.
And she's not in a game.
Me and my family, we dealing with a life sentence without our daughter. So,
Really?
I mean, you still have opportunity to speak, see each other. I don't have that opportunity. To speak and see my daughter.
Mr. Burns says Faith was a beautiful young lady who loved her family and friends and was trying to figure out where she was going to attend college after being accepted at the Citadel, among other schools. The 4 other teenage girls accepted plea deals with the DA for their roles in the shooting that day. Each were convicted of aggravated assault and sentenced to 10 years in prison.
So, the others received 10 years in prison. She got 140 years. And here's the thing about the family protesting. You pick a fine time to show up. You always show up after the fact. Always showing up after some stuff has gone on. And here's my take on that. You're only showing up after it's gone on because you know what? You probably condone that hood light, that violent, oh, I'm going to tough what I'm going to show them. You condone that behavior and you look your behind the other way. Then, when your tough girl hood ran, oh, I'm about that life. When you get caught up in a jam, now you show up. Why couldn't you show up before? Y'all didn't know what kind of people that she was hanging around? What kind of person she had become and developed into? You didn't know? Maybe you knew, but you did not care. But now she done got, she's gotten herself into a jam. Now all of a sudden you want to show up. That's the part I don't understand about Blackistan. Why can't we show up before? Time somebody does something crazy. Oh, well, I hope he get the help that he needs. When did y'all know the person needed help? When? When did you realize this, and when did you decide to take action? Oh, you only take action after the fact, and more than likely after someone else has been murdered. Now you want to, they get the help that they need. $140 years, and that's another thing. Rest in peace to the young girl. So it was her girlfriend's ex-girlfriend showed up and did this. So for you all to have a gun and drive over there, it sounded like it was premeditated. You're lucky they got 10 years. I think they should have got more than that. But here's the thing about it. The cousin did she was given 140 years for standing just like this. Really and truly, she was standing just like this. So this right here is, I believe, their relative. I guess they can, Girl, I don't know what you're getting your teeth straightened up for. You're going to be in prison for the rest of your life. I guess you can have pretty teeth. But here's the thing. So they all showed up. Oh, we got to get justice for Dania. So she's got this sign. She got 104 years for standing like this. Here's what you don't understand. The fact that she went there, they drove over there with a gun, and she was standing, she could be considered an accomplice. Google it. The accomplice, that's the one that's typically present at the scene when a crime is committed. After the crime was committed, I wonder, what did their loved one do? What did she do? I wonder, what did she do? Did she call the police and say, oh yeah, I was with some girls and it got out of hand and one of them shot the other girl and now she's dead? Did she do that? Or did she roll with the rest of them? Oh, we taught that so-and-so. She gonna learn today. And you're gonna learn today. You got 140 years. They chose the wrong person to make an example out of. So let me guess. She might have go to be one of the small ones. Oh, I know I didn't shoot nobody. I'm taking my chance at trial. I'm gonna go to trial. I didn't shoot nobody, and that's all. They ain't got my fingerprints on no gun. I ain't shot nobody, so no. I'm taking my chance at trial. I can prove I didn't shoot nobody. Here's what you don't know. I'm sorry, but you're a little ignorant. You're a little slow. You're an accomplice. It's like driving somebody to rob a bank or driving somebody to a murder. Oh, you got them there. You think, well, I only drove the getaway car. How many times have driven a getaway car? Got more time. Little guy, African American man, he thought he was cheeky. Oh, you so smart. Okay, buddy, we're gonna see. He set up a thing where you sell cars. Then he had Dusty Dan, little crackers looking pale booty, to run out from behind. And let's say once you go, he put on Craigslist to go and sell the car, and then a person shows up and they test drive it and they agree to buy it. Of course, the person, you're accepting cash. So he gets the cash, and what he did was he would have Dusty Dan, the little crackhead, come from behind the building with a gun and then hold him up. Like, oh man, like he didn't know. So Dusty Dan would come out, give me the money. Yeah, give me what all you got. And so then they give him the money and he'd have his hands up to like, oh man, don't shoot. Then he would run. And then the person just gets scared and just leave. Just get scared and just leave. Next thing you know, he posts the car again on Craigslist and do the same thing, robbing people. That same car. You're showing up with cash, and Dusty Dan come from behind a building and do the hold up. So they're just robbing people for a couple $1,000s. Until one person decides, mijo, like, you're not getting my money. You're not getting my money. Dusty Dan got nervous, been robbing folk, and they giving him the money, they split it, and then go their own way. This one man, he wasn't going for it. Dusty Dan got upset, hyped up, and shot and killed the man. Dusty Dan got less time. Because Big TT, it was his idea. No, he didn't shoot the body, but he was a mastermind. Dusty Dan flipped on him. Yes, I did shoot him. It was his idea. It wasn't supposed to go like that. We had been robbing folks. We've been robbing them, and most of them give up cash. But this last time, it didn't go like that. So, it escalated, and I got scared. And Dusty Dan shot and killed someone. They offered Big TT, since he was a conspirator, he was behind it, he got more time than Dusty Dan, even though Dusty Dan pulled the trigger. And he was very cocky with the judge. And then they asked him how he pled, maybe I think he said not guilty. And then he had to open up his dumb mouth. He opened up his dumb ass mouth, and the judge said, what'd you say? Okay, I'm not going to risk this on appeal. Next thing you know, he got more time. It was like, oh, she's like, no. And he went to trial and got more time. So that's one thing with some people. They think they know everything. You can't tell them nothing. So the rest of them, they got 10 years. She got 140 years. What about the victim? Looks like the victim is gone forever. And this, I can't have any sympathy. The good thing is they'll be locked up and hopefully they don't get pregnant in the penitentiary. Well, you know, this seems like an all-girl clique. So the good thing is hopefully they don't get pregnant. Why? Child, the last thing we need is more seed of poverty deed. That's the last thing we need. So this girl right here, she took a chance. I'm going to try. I know I ain't shot nobody. I do want that was her mind. So you don't have to. But you were there when it happened. So you can be considered an accomplice. And after it happened, you didn't call the police, did you? You went on your way. Oh, you got you a little squad going. So now she knows. The rest of them got off light. Look at this man. His daughter is gone forever. All they have is a picture and the memories. They can go see that little thing that's got 140 years. So that's a lot. First time offender. But I'm just so tired of the death in Blackistan. I don't have any sympathy. I can't go, well, what is it, Dania? Let her out. You know, she need another chance. No, she made a decision. And she probably saw them taking plea deals. I ain't going to take no plea deal. You think you know everything. Know this. The law works totally differently. And it works a lot differently than what you think. I'm going to go to trial. And when you go to trial, honey, they're going to really stick it to you. So the young girl had dreams of going to the Citadel. Dusties and Dustinas, they bring drama, death, and trauma. They take our best and brightest, somebody with a future. They bring drama, death, heartache, and trauma. The financial implications. So now we're going to be paying for the other 4 for the next 10 years. And don't forget, they might just serve 2 to 4 years and get out. But then we got to pay for the other one 140 years. So it's a life sentence for her, unless it's overturned on appeal. Dusties bring drama and trauma. The financial implications is too much stress to the nation. These families out here protesting for Dania. Why you can get involved for that and spend your time protesting. Why can anybody check in with Dania, see what her behavior, what the behavior she was exhibiting, who she's hanging around, what she's doing with her time? And if you couldn't see the danger then, it's a little late to sit now because she's already made her decision. She's made a life-changing decision. But I want to understand, how is it we can't get to them before it happens? It's always after. You know why we can't get to them before it happens? Because you got to face reality. The family is more than likely co-signing on that behavior. If they hadn't got her, they wouldn't have turned her in for murder. Well, you know, she rolled with them little girls and that's family now. I'm going to set up. You know, no, she would have more likely they still be rolling the streets. Still rolling the streets. And next thing you know, if they got them with it one time, do it again. Somebody else get murdered. So you can show up now. It's always after the fact. Why not show up in a person's life before it happens? You can't. Because you know what? The behavior that she's exhibiting, how she moves in the streets, what she's doing with her life, obviously they're condoning it. But now when I'm done got called, no, we got to do something. We got to protest. Honey, best thing you can go ahead and do is get your little money together and maybe appeal the sentence. And then it might get overturned or they may say it's excessive. But protest. You're wasting your time. They should have got to their little loved one before she decided to be a little hood rat playing Bonnie and Clyde. Or we're going to roll up on there. And now this young girl is dead. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Thanks for listening. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share his notification bell. Thank you. Be aware. Why? Child, there's too many Dust and Dustinas out there in the mouth.